Thank you so much for taking the journey with me to the Home of Heroes, to Mefika, the Home of Heroes, Moi International Sports Center. As you can see, we've turned off from the highway, from Fika Superhighway, the A2. One of the reasons we really love this venue is being able to access it from any part of Nairobi. The A2 is connected to several bypasses. So ni kuingia to bypass straight to the venue. Whether you're coming from Karen, Langata, Buruburu, wherever you're coming from, you can access. We like the idea that, the superhighway means that traffic is always moving. You're not going to be congested. But the best part is actually when you turn off from Fika Superhighway, you enter the slip road that leads you directly onto our own access road into the venue. So that really means we are thinking around the consumer experience, traffic, maintaining it and managing your comforts as you're coming to the gig. I was sharing with some journalists as we were driving here how I know about this venue is I went to school across the road at USIU, and I used to train some days of the week with the swimming team. And when we would come for training, I would notice that there is a lot of space. When I was at USIU is when I realized that, the stadium is not what we think. We only think of the stadium as where there's football or where we see inauguration. But actually, this is an international world-class facility. Lots and lots of spaces within it. And so when we started to plan Blankets and Wine, I told our production team, come just check Kasarani. And we were so happy that my memory did not even do the venue justice. And I'm excited to show you the place. Welcome to the Home of Heroes. The event is going to be taking place on 21st of December 2022, this year, 21st of December. Yeah.
What are your expectations given that in aquaculture in our country that during the festive seasons people always go back to their rural homes? Yeah. So what are your expectations?
My expectations are very high. We have done the event in December in previous years, and actually around the same date of 20th, 21st, around that time. And we have found that our consumer is still in town, and people start to leave town from around 23rd. So our hopes are high and our ticket sales are showing us that people are coming. Yeah.
Anyone seeing it for the first time? What are some of the activities that will be taking place during
the festival? So Blankets and Wine is a music festival. The first thing that you should anticipate is a lot of music. A lot. We have 2 stages of music and 1 silent disco stage. So at any place within the venue, there is going to be live performance of music happening. Beyond the performance of music is the experiences, fashion experiences, food experiences. The participating brands are also coming to show you who they are, and they're designing a very unique consumer experience. Then of course there is the people. Maybe I got this one from when I was small going for Nairobi show, but that sense of many people in one place being happy, I don't know how else to explain that. It's such a euphoric feeling. And I think we deserve it. We are living through so many hard things as Kenyans. So when you have an opportunity to just let loose and celebrate with other people, expect sherehe ya hali ya juu. Yeah.
So in the festival, do we have other artists that are going to come or just you?
Thank you. In fact, this festival, I will not be performing. This festival, I am sitting in the organizing team. We have multiple artists performing. On the main stage, we have 8 performers from Kenya, from South Africa, and from Nigeria. We have 3 big headlining acts. We have our local hero, Sabara from Sauti Sol. We can't wait to dance to his music. Then you have a big Amapiano star from South Africa called Musa Keys. And then you have one of the biggest artists in the world right now from Nigeria called CK. And so everybody is coming here to give you the time of your life. Then you have the second stage, which we reserve for music producers who are also DJs. The most unique thing to know about the second stage is going to be women only. It's a women only stage. I really believe in giving opportunities to women. I believe that we have to go out of our way to balance and to provide opportunities. And so the second stage is women only. Incredible DJs, incredible producers. There are so many people who think that the producers are only men. I want you guys to discover so many women producers. Then we have a third stage, mini stage, so to speak, which is a silent disco. So you enter that space, you wear headphones. If you choose between channel 1 has one DJ, channel 2 has another DJ. So the two of us can be dancing, but we are listening to entirely different music. Kujibamba, sherehe, ingiane. Yeah.
Speaking of that, it's that stage that has the silent disco, right?
Yeah.
What about other stages?
The other stages are not silent disco. Yeah.
And of course, we've seen our very own governor, His Excellency Justice
Yeah.
that's fighting noise pollution, especially for the clubs.
Yes.
Now, how are you prepared to handle that in other states?
Yeah. So this has been one of the beautiful things that we get in this venue. Kasarani is a neighbor to itself. As soon we shall see when we enter to do the venue walkabout. The Kasarani complex is several acres. We can ask the venue manager for the size, but basically they are their own neighbors, and so we have permission to use. Obviously, we are still going to stay within the sound considerations. We have the licenses required, and Kasarani has the permits to host this kind of events.
Of course, you're an artist, you do perform.
Yes.
Are you in support of this fight against club and noise pollution in neighborhood areas?
In fact, I think I'm in the biggest win I think that the industry is going to make from the directive of the governor is the development of an entertainment district. Actually, that's what Nairobi needs, to be perfectly honest. And not just Nairobi, even the big towns, Mombasa, Kisumu. There is so much employment opportunity in entertainment when it is structured for success. So I think in saying, let's get out of neighborhoods and develop an entertainment district, the real winners are actually those entrepreneurs. Of course, in the neighborhoods, we'll be happy because now we finally have our silence back. But what it means is that when you leave your house and you're going clubbing, kwa mfano, the clubbing culture is going to come back, dress up, go out and have a good time, pay entrance, watch live performances. I think in a few years, we're going to see the real benefits of having an entertainment district. And I've traveled all over the world as a performing artist, and I'm telling you, this thing works everywhere. Amsterdam, New York, London, think of any big city that you know. Johannesburg, there's always a place called Entertainment District, and the entrepreneurs there really make a lot of money. So I really support the idea of developing an entertainment district.
And do you think it's quite possible? Because now, saying that maybe to the city or somewhere, is it quite?
Yeah, I think what should be neighborhoods is places you can sit and have a drink and chat with your friends, not a club. I think that's the point. Neighborhoods should have places like where you can have, a nightcap, or I like that idea that if you go to your local, it's for talking, having some food, having some drinks. But if you want a clubbing experience, music, dancing, a crazy time, go to where the entertainment district is.
What's your take on Eric Momo's playing AD 75 Kenyan music?
Aha! I recommend it. This idea of play Kenyan music and giving Kenyan artists preference on their airwaves is something that I deeply resonate with. I completely agree with that. You must build home with home. And I think that we are the ones who stand to benefit the most when you build your own stars and you build your own entertainment industry. America did that with Hollywood. They built for themselves and then they exported to us. Nigeria has built that with Nollywood. They built it for themselves and then they've exported. So I definitely agree with this idea of build for yourselves and then export. It's the same thing that has happened in South Africa, same thing that has happened with Bongo. On the other hand, I would also like for us to recognize that Kenyans, we are very unique. Kenyans are very exposed. We listen to so many genres of music. We have such a wide taste, and I don't think we congratulate ourselves enough for being people who can be so diverse in our taste. And I don't think the idea is to punish people who want to hear different sounds. I think the point is, first, accommodate yourselves, even as you're making space for wageni. So this is how I see his campaign.
So where can people get the tickets?
Tickets are available on our website, blanketsandwine.com. That is again www.blanketsandwine.com. You just enter there, click a link, tickets.
How much is it?
The tickets are 4,000 shillings.
Categories? Do they have categories?
No, we are doing for us, the idea is to make it as fair and as accessible as possible. For the level of the artists that we are bringing, the number of artists and the experience we are designing, we really tried to find a ticket price that allows as many people to access this experience as possible. So instead of trying to create so many categories, just balance it at 4K for everybody and you can enjoy the experience.
So Muthoni, you are one of those artists who have made it international. Yeah. How can you make, what advice can you give like Genge artists, these Gengetone artists? What advice can you give them so that their music can be international level?
First, I want to begin by saying I really love Gengetone artists. I really love youth culture. I have so much respect and admiration for any person who is figuring out how to make a living in the creative industry. That's the first place I want to start. I think that Gengetone has a strong potential to cross over. What can artists, and not just Gengetone artists do, I think all of us in the music ecosystem in Kenya, what can we do? We can lean in. Gengetone is a sound. We can develop the sound some more. Producers of Gengetone, let's start working with instrumentalists, guitarists, keyboardists, so that we can bring in melody. Because Gengetone is very driven by beat, but we also need melody. So we need to sort of take Gengetone to the next level by introducing melody. The next thing that I think we really must do is to work with songwriters so that we are able to start telling more wholesome, can I say, stories in using the genre. We know from research that love stories continue to be the biggest stories in music. And so Gengetone has done very well by telling the party narrative. I now think that there's space to include love in the narrative. So I think if we just lean into some songwriting and bring some melodic elements, I think we have the ingredients we need to make Gengetone move into an international sound. I really believe that, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, tuingie venue.